Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about a few keynotes on Every Man whose writer is unknown. So Every Man is a morality play first appeared in England in early 16th century. The author is unknown, but it has been speculated by scholars that it has been written by a cleric under the direction of the church. It is said to be based upon a Dutch play, which means every man. The play's emphasis on good deeds as a mechanism for salvation reflects medieval Catholic ideology. The main themes of the play are alienation and loneliness, atonement and forgiveness, betrayal, death, God and religion, good deeds, knowledge, sin. Now we'll talk about the characters of the play. The first is the angel. It appears briefly at the play's conclusion to accept every man into God's domain. Then comes beauty. Beauty is one of the companions that every man calls forth to accompany him for part of his journey to God, and while beauty can offer some comfort to him, it is the first to depart when man begins the final journey to death. Confession. Knowledge leads every man to confession. Confession represents man's best opportunity for salvation, since acknowledging man's sins and asking God for forgiveness is an important element of Catholicism. Although knowledge can accompany every man part way on his journey, knowledge cannot complete the journey with him. Cousin. When approached by every man, cousin also declines to join his relative on his last journey. Instead, he states he would rather subsist on bread and water for 5 years than face God's judgment. Death is the means by which God will force every man to undertake a pilgrimage to God's forgiveness. He seeks out every man whom he describes as only focused on earthly lusts and money. Death tells every man that he is to begin his final journey immediately and refuses an offer of riches, but death finally allows every man an opportunity to prepare for his journey and to seek out a friend who might accompany him. Death is allegorical, as are all characters in the play. Discretion is one of the companions that every man calls forth to accompany him for part of his journey to God's final judgment. Discretion represents every man's ability to do the correct thing, to make the right choices in following God. A doctor of theology makes the final speech. He tells the audience to remember that all of every man's companions, beauty, strength, discretion, and 5 wits, abandoned him on his final journey. It is only man's good deeds that will save him. Now comes the main character, that is every man. Every man is a wealthy man who is suddenly called by death to begin his journey to God. Every man is not ready to go, since he has not prepared for this day and has more sins than good deeds to his credit. He pleads with death to give him a brief time to find friends who will be willing to accompany him on his pilgrimage. After being rejected by friends, family, and his own wealth, every man comes to realize that he has put his faith in the wrong things. Through the guidance of knowledge and good deeds, every man is prepared to make a final appearance before God. In the end, after all his earthly friends and companions have abandoned him, it is only his good deeds that speak for every man's worth. Every man is allegorical and represents the choices open to all men. Fellowship is the first friend that every man greets. Initially, fellowship is willing to help every man in whatever way he needs, but upon learning of every man's request, fellowship is forced to deny him. The journey to face God is not one he is willing to make. Like all the other characters, fellowship is allegorical and represents man's reliance upon earthly, transient, and superficial friendships, which are not a part of man's heavenly life. While fellowship is every man's friend in drinking and lusting after women, he will not face God's judgment with his friend. The next are the five wits. Five wits are the counselors that every man calls forth to accompany him for part of his journey to God. The five wits represents man's senses and the ability to understand God's commandments and the world around him. The senses lead to reason and a way in which every man is able to understand and appreciate the world he inhabits. God is the first character to speak and tells the audience that man appears to have forgotten the sacrifice that God made at the crucifixion. Instead, man lives in wicked sin. God, who is angry, calls death to bring forth a reckoning of those sinners who have ignored God's mercy. Good deeds is at first very weak and cannot rise up from the ground, since every man's sin keeps her bound. But she instructs every man to seek out knowledge for help in preparing for his journey. After every man has done as knowledge instructs, good deeds is ready to accompany every man before God. It is man's good deeds that will speak for his worth at God's final judgment. Good deeds is the only character who can accompany every man the entire way, and as such is representative of Catholic belief that he is a reliance on God, good deeds that will provide man with salvation before God. Goods represents all the riches that every man has accumulated in his lifetime. Goods also declines to accompany every man on his pilgrimage, reminding him that goods cannot leave the earthly realm, reinforcing the glitch, you can't take it with you. Goods also reminds every man that it is because of his focus on material wealth that he is now at risk before God's judgment. Goods has been lent to every man for only a short period of time. He tells him, and now he will move on to deceive another man. Goods is another allegorical figure that represents man's interest in riches rather than prayer. Kindred. Like cousins, kindred also forsakes every man's pleas. He tells him he would give him a wanton woman to enjoy, but will not accompany every man to answer before God. Kindred and cousins both indicate the man cannot trust upon family to intercede before God. Knowledge leads to every man's redemption because it is knowledge of his sins that leads every man to ask for God's forgiveness. Knowledge represents a consciousness of Christianity and God's will and is the fundamental tenet of salvation. While knowledge can lead every man to good deeds, knowledge cannot accompany him all the way on his journey before God, indicating that learning has only limited utility in saving one's soul. The messenger appears in the prologue to introduce the play and its subject matter. Messenger reminds the audience that while sin may be enjoyed during life, by the end of life it will cause the soul to weep. The messenger also reminds the audience that the material transient things that man values in his corporeal existence will be worthless in the next life. Strength is one of the companions that every man calls forth to accompany him for part of his journey to God. Strength will make every man stronger for his journey, but as he prepares for death, the strength of the body also leaves, and finally strength is forced to abandon the final journey. So that's all for this video. I hope it helps you with your notes making and knowing the play a little more, a little better. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends, and comment down below for more such videos.